I'm mean, aren't I? So who's got their goals for the first quarter? Who's achieved their goals? You missed it by one? Lisa,
Yes, sir.
you're awesome. What about you, Don?
Missed it by one.
You missed it by one. Everyone missed it by, that means you've got to make it up this next quarter,
I
right?
know.
All right. Should I take my jog?
Yeah.
Get that cardio in.
Oh,
no.
Why,
That literally hurt my foot. How am I going to be able to golf in Hawaii in 3 weeks?
Oh, yeah, I'll see you there.
Did I tell you I'm going to Hawaii?
Me too.
How you gonna go?
You too?
Uh-huh.
When?
The same day as, well, actually,
Oh, different islands, all right.
no, Maui.
We're going to be on at the
With
same
the
time.
Browns, uh-huh.
Oh, you're going with Jackie?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Well,
cool.
you couldn't be on the same plane?
Oh, no.
Are She's like, I hope not.
Wait, are you leaving on the 23rd?
Yeah, we are.
Oh,
But we're flying out from L.A.
Oh, okay.
Be nice to him, okay?
How funny. All right, on-time drive. What do we got? We got stuff.
Oh,
And there are a few blanks here. So who wants what number?
2.
Huh? You want 2? It is number 3.
Oh!
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Awesome. Well, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? Good. All right, check in on Facebook. Everyone's eating breakfast. Our breakfast sponsor is Kaylin Hearn from DR Horton. Come on up.
Hope you're all enjoying breakfast this morning. My name is Kaylin. I'm with DR Horton. I'm a site agent. My online sales consult's just walking in.
Sorry.
Yeah,
No
just in
worries.
time.
Just in time. You're right on time, honey.
Hello.
Sonia, everyone, online sales counselor. But like I was saying, grand opening, we just opened Canyon Trails in the Southwest off of Grand Canyon and Gomer. Townhome product, 3-bedroom homes, 13 and 1,400 square feet. Prices are amazing, 360 to about 380,000. So great for first-time buyers, great for investors. We're offering amazing incentives right now, 3.99% and 4.99 if the home can close in May. After May, the incentive goes up. We also give $7,500 towards our closing costs, which is pretty amazing. That has to be with our preferred lender. But DR Horton, we have a product for everyone. We're all over the valley. I did install a map in this little brochure.
Where's Gomer?
Gomer, there's Blue Diamond, Serene,
Okay.
a few other.
Got it.
Gomer.
Is it in Mountain's Edge then?
It's, well,
Is it considered?
it's not considered Mountain's
Okay.
Edge.
But it's just outside.
It's outside of Mountain's Edge, so no SIDS, no lids. Our HOA is $116 a month.
Nice. We have a question over here.
Yes.
I accidentally made it there.
Oh!
Doing something else, and I went in with my client.
I love that.
It was really awesome.
Oh, very
And the agent, I can't
good.
remember her name.
Doxa,
Yes.
yes,
that
my
was it.
partner.
And she said the washer dryer's included.
Everything's included in the home.
Yeah.
Fridge, washer, dryer,
Price
blinds.
was great.
Yay!
Yeah. I just was there last week.
And the interest rate.
Yes.
So if anybody working with buyers in that price point, take them down there.
Please do.
So
Even
good.
just come and
Yeah.
preview, do some content, put us on, all the social media.
yeah, the only thing is does not have backyard.
No backyard.
Yeah.
There's a little courtyard in front, but yeah.
Less maintenance.
There we go.
Less maintenance.
Is it the garages that lit through the backyard?
Yes.
Or the back?
Garages is in the back. The 2-car standard for every home.
But they're not attached.
The garage, it's attached to the home.
And all 2 stories?
all 2 stories.
What was the HOA?
116.
And no sitting there.
And the property tax is a little bit higher there.
So property taxes. That's a fun one. So we kind of always just estimate 1% just to be safe.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? So if you got anyone interested in D.R. Horton,
Call
Hi.
Sonia. Yes.
Hi, I'm your one of your online concierges. I'm a realtor also. If you have any questions about any of our other communities, you can reach out to me. I have all the information in all the communities. Most of our communities have the 3.99% FHA and 4.99 conventional also. So we're building from dirt now. We have some new communities up and coming, the Bonita Estate, and we have Kona coming up soon too as well. So if you look on the, I don't know if you have the sheet, the
On the
map,
last
the
page.
tour map, we have Arabella Falls, and we have some new communities coming up as well. So you can reach out to me. My
who's your
number,
contact info?
I have my business card. I'll leave some of my business cards with you.
You come on that table right up
Yeah, I
there.
will. So I'm sorry, but I have a gift card, and I'll get all your cards ready because I'm gonna have a raffle. So you got your give me all your business cards in a little cup, and I have the I got a gift card for everyone. So sorry I'm late.
She's making it up.
Yeah, I got it right here. Thank you. I'm so sorry. The panel is
So it's in there. So you just need an adapter. Mm-hmm.
yeah, my business cards.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just got them.
Can I use your different card?
Sure.
I moved.
Sure, sure.
They need to get some new ones.
Write her name on it.
Sweet, yeah. I got it. You shop at Black House White Market.
All right, how do we go?
Okay, so
Don't
let
have a
me.
bowl or anything.
No. Okay, so let me see. You want to do it?
Sure.
Yeah, you do it. So she doesn't pick your name. It's her fault.
I'll get the blame.
Ricky. Liz. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So thank you so much.
Thank you,
Anybody have any
guys.
questions for me, or I'm gonna leave my card right out front.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and I'm sorry I'm
Thank
late
you.
again.
Thank you for breakfast.
Yes, of course. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
You need help with anything?
No.
Okay.
Have a good day, everyone.
You as well.
Happy Easter.
Thank you.
Next up, Lisa.
Oh, look at that title. Ooh.
Vice President of Sales.
That comes with a load.
Yeah.
That just means I need more warranties. I have to keep that title, so I need more warranties, so that's all that means. So, hi guys, good morning. Lisa Waldeck with the Chosen Home Warranty. I've given you all of my brochures here. That's my cell phone, that's my email. Make sure you save it in your phone. When you're writing offers for properties and you're not sure how much to write into the home warranty, you can text me with the property address. Email me with the property address. I can look it up and see how much you should write. Maybe they have an extra refrigerator. Maybe they have a swimming pool. Maybe they have a spa and a pool. I mean, I can go through there and I can take a look at the MLS and see what you should be writing in that offer. If it's got new ACs or if it's got an older AC, those types of things. So it's just a nice little handy tool for you. I want to stress listing coverage. We are getting to that time where we're hot, we're cold, we're hot, we're cold. We don't know what we're doing right now. But listing coverage is really important for your listings. If you're taking listings, you should always be including a listing warranty. The best way that you can provide it to your client is when you're providing that net sheet to them or preparing that net sheet prior to your listing appointment, you're already putting on their line items for HOA demand, HOA resale package, commissions, closing costs. stick a line item on there for home warranty, and explain to the seller that more than likely they're going to receive an offer from a buyer asking for them to pay for a 1-year home warranty at the close of escrow. And by listing with you, you're going to include a warranty on their home that's going to protect them during that listing and escrow period. It's going to do 2 things for you. Number 1, set that expectation with them that they're probably going to get an offer asking for them to pay for a warranty. If you don't mention it, it's not on the net sheet, and they do get an offer, they're not expecting to pay that $500, $600, $700, $800 warranty, so that's probably going to be the first thing that they counter out. Number 2, it sets you apart. If you don't know if you're competing for that listing and you're the only realtor that says, hey, I'm going to include a warranty on your house, nobody else did, I mean, that just shows that extra step that you're taking to protect their investment. We know no seller wants to put any more money into a house that they have for sale. So when you go into escrow, you get that request for repairs back from the buyer, and it looks kind of lengthy or costly, shoot me a copy of that request for repairs. I'll take a look at it before you go back to that seller. And I think everybody can agree that that's probably one of the worst parts of the job is getting that request for repairs, having to go back to the seller who thinks their house is perfect and there's nothing wrong with it, and the buyer's coming back saying, we want all these things repaired. You can go back to them and say, remember that warranty we put in place? I talked to the home warranty rep, and it looks like items 2 and 7 would have coverage. You immediately kind of relieve that tension and that stress that the seller's feeling, that you were going with that anxiety, and makes you look like the hero that you could possibly save the money on repairs and keep moving along with the sale. The other nice thing about it too, we know that during the walkthrough something tends to go wrong. The garbage disposal is not working, the garage door opener, there's a leak somewhere. And keep in mind, you can use that warranty for those items as well. You don't want to hold up closing because something's not working. You don't want the buyer freaking out because they want to put money in escrow or they want to delay closing until all the, everything's up and working. You can get your contractor out there same day, get that repair made, and keep going along with the sale. I'm just really passionate about the fact that I feel that there's room for warranty in every real estate transaction. The new buyers had no idea how they're going to live in the house versus the previous owners. So they may run those systems and appliances completely different in that first year, have that in place just for peace of mind. If they decide to renew next year, they have the option of paying in full, or they're probably not budgeting for that. We do allow them to split that into 12 monthly payments at renewal time. The other great thing about our renewal policy is we don't increase the price. So a lot of companies will increase the price automatically at 1 year. If you have claims, they up the renewal even more, and sometimes they'll even cancel it because they just don't want to take the risk. We don't increase that price whether you've had 0 claims or 7 claims. The price stays the same come year 2. So there's a lot of really good benefits. If you guys are taking listings, if you're putting things in escrow, more than likely you're going to get an email from me just reminding you, hey, congratulations on your new listing. Do you want to utilize our free listing coverage? Or, hey, congratulations on your new escrow. If your buyers haven't already chosen a home warranty, please forward my information because, again, I just feel like there's room for warranty in every transaction. If you think about it, I think it's really funny. Lenders require homeowners insurance. How many times have you used your homeowner's insurance? I know in the 19 years we've been in our house, thank goodness we haven't had to use it at all, but home warranties are not a required part of the contract. And more than likely, we see an average of 2 to 3 claims per year with a home warranty. So, I mean, there really it is an important piece of the transaction. Whether you've had good experiences or bad experiences, if you guys have any questions, just let me know, and I'm available. Any questions
for Lisa? You
Was
covered it
that
all.
good?
You did good.
Was that good?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
All righty, pizza truck. Way out there every Thursday's pizza truck, and today it's Pizza Stoned from 11 to 1:30. It doesn't mean you have to be. Never mind. Never mind.
The question is, are they stoned?
I don't know. Have we ever had Stephanie? Have we ever? I don't think we have.
We like your pizza.
Because when you have my pizza, yeah. All right. So next Thursday's meeting is going to be called Red Flag, Green Flag, and we're not calling that because I've been accused of not having a good. Sometimes I can't identify red flags clearly.
Stop
Talking about
it.
real estate now or something?
I've been accused. So it's going to be a game where I'm going to ask a question or a situation, and you're going to hold up your red flag or your green flag. And we're doing this to create discussion about our real estate market and what's going on. So here's a list of a bunch of questions, and I'm just going to randomly pick one. We're probably going to switch them out. This was another broker did these, and a lot of these are pretty easy. Here's one. Your buyer wants to submit an offer without seeing the property. Is that a red flag or a green flag? That's a total red flag, yeah. So, yeah, so we're going to do that next Thursday. So that is next Thursday's meeting. Be here, 9:30. And then coming up May 14th, we're going to do 100 Days to Greatness. I know, Don, you have signed up for it. I think Jacques has signed up for it. Who else? That's right, you signed up. So we have 3 so far. I need 5 or 6 minimum. Anywhere between 5 and 10 is perfect for this. It is put on by Brian Buffini. I have taught some of Brian Buffini's classes in the past. It's really good, and this says right there, agents who complete 100 Days to Greatness, complete it and do all the activities, you can come out with 7 transactions. Even if you do, 3 or 4 transactions, that's still doing pretty good. So that is going to be coming out May 14th, and it's going to be every Thursday for, I don't know, 100 days. How many weeks is that? 14 weeks? All right. And starting May 14th. So sign up. There's a QR code there. There's a out on the oil cans. We have a flyer. The normal price on that is $499, but it's special price for Realty One Group is $395. Now, John, you're teaching it over there in, where are you teaching it right now?
Teaching at Green Valley
In Summerlin. So, any success stories?
Not a lot. Trying to get them to actually do all the activities.
That's the problem.
That is the problem.
Yeah.
That is the
So that's the thing. You have to do the activities.
That's true.
It'll work. I guaranteed it'll work. I've seen it work. But you have to do the activities. All right. June 5th. One of my favorite events that we do every year. It's the Aviators baseball. And we need to do this while we can because I think the Aviators going to be going away once they're not.
I asked them when we went to the game the last time, and they said no, that they were going to be able to stay with the A's coming in.
Really?
Yes, which is awesome.
Because I've always been told in the past, if you have a major league team and a minor league team, they can't be the same.
Unless that guy didn't know he was talking about, and he worked for the Aviators.
Okay. Well, I hope they stay because I love this event. I love going to Aviators games. Who has gone in the past? Yeah. And some people aren't even sports fans or baseball fans. And did you have a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was fun. Yeah. So that is
It's
June.
not too hot.
It's June. It's going to be hot. It's June. Yeah. If you live in Vegas, come on.
We got years before the A's actually freaking.
Yeah. We're gonna have NBA and MLB at the same time. I love it. All right. So June 5th.
It shows expanding.
We're a major sports town.
Major rock stars.
June 5th, it is $54 per person. It includes non-alcoholic drinks and food, burgers, dogs, chips, all sorts of stuff. And they have it all set out in a nice buffet, and it's a really, really cool event. Not cool as in weather-wise, Don. So if you want to go, email Stephanie, stephanie.wood@realty1group.com.
What time is it gonna be?
In the evening. I think the games start around 6:37, somewhere around there. And then the sun goes down.
My nephew just got hired as bat boy.
Oh, is that right? How cool
They
is
fired
that?
the dog.
What
The dog
happened?
used to get the bat?
The one bat dog died.
Oh, really?
Yeah. His owner is his wife's friend of mine.
I thought that was the coolest part of the game.
It really was. Mm.
What, they have a dog out
They had a dog that was the bat dog.
Go retrieve the
It
bat.
would go run and grab the bats and bring them back. It was
Wow.
cool.
How fun. And then we got Lisa's nephew doing
Yeah.
There we go.
it. There we go.
Does he grab it in his mouth like the dog?
I haven't seen him do it yet, so.
All right, let's talk stats. So active listings, 9,330 of those, 6,466 are single family. We have 3.9 months of inventory. It's creeping up again. Why do you think it's creeping up?
No idea.
Because of interest rates, because listings are coming up and sales are going down. So let's compare this to last week. So 91.54 compared to 93.30. So listings have gone up. Under contract sold 31.80 and 23.30, 23.42. So sales have gone down. So listings are creeping up.
Also could be seasonality, starting to get homes on the market for the spring.
Yeah.
So, 'cause the days on market are still staying pretty.
Yeah. Yeah. But it hasn't creeped up much. You know, it was 3.7, now it's 3.9. But I still think that we're gonna have a strong year. I really do.
You blink and it's gonna be gone.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Whereas in the beginning of the year, I was really, really super optimistic. You know, rates were starting to come down. We even there got into the fives for about a minute or two. And then, you know, what's going on in the Middle East has affected everything else that's going on. Stock market, oil prices, interest rates. It's affected everything. So hopefully that will end sometime soon and will settle things down. So we put these in social media. You'll find it in social media. You'll find it in your newsletter. When does your newsletter come out?
Friday.
Friday.
The date of
You guys are good. Do you guys actually read it?
Yeah, yeah.
Good. What was that?
I said Stephanie knows if you don't. So we do more.
Yeah. All right. Mark is not here, but John is. So John, let's welcome John up. He's going to be talking about, it's not you.
No, that is not. But she gets more views.
Yeah. Imagine that.
So, good segue here. Let's talk about a product that is not rate sensitive. You're like, wait a minute. Who would like to pay off their home faster?
Everybody would.
Right? Who would like to pay off their home faster without making extra payments? Right? And having access to the money that you're using to pay off your home faster. What are your options right now to paying off your home faster? What are some options?
Extra payment year, extra payments,
Extra payment a year, extra payments.
extra additional monies.
Sell it.
Sell it.
Sell it.
That works.
Setting up payments to where you're paying bi-weekly. There's all kinds of ways. The big one is paying an extra quarterly payment every quarter. That can help. But what can't you do if you are doing it that way? You send a quarterly payment. You send more payments. That money goes in towards your mortgage. Can you get that money back? It's like, hey, I just sent you this $5,000, but just kidding, can I have it back?
Yeah, good luck.
No, right? You have to take out a loan, a refi, HELOC, something to get that money out. But I was saying, What if you sent that $5,000 extra, like you do every quarter, and then a week later, shoot, water pump went out in the car, I need $1,200. I don't have $1,200 because I just sent all $5,000 from a mortgage. What if you could just send that $1,200 ACH to the company out of that $5,000 you just sent to the mortgage? Would that be awesome? You have access to it. Right.
Where's the question?
There is no catch. We'll talk about this in a moment. We'll talk about this in a minute. But this is called an all-in-one loan. And they call it all-in-one because your checking account and your mortgage is all in one. So, like I said, you put $5,000 in there, it counts towards your mortgage. But it's also your checking account, so you can still use it.
But typically when you spend money out of your checking account, it's gone and it's deducted and now you're telling me that a home loan's gonna give it back to me?
No. You spend it. You spend it. You're going to get interest on it, right? If I have, let's say I got a commission for $15,000 today that was direct deposited in my account. Okay? Tonight, on this all-in-one loan, it is going to look like I made a $15,000 principal payment towards my mortgage. That's awesome, right? Because tonight at midnight, it's going to calculate the interest based on a 30-year term to a nightly rate. It's going to calculate the interest like I made that $15,000 principal payment tonight. Okay? What's that going to do to that nightly rate, your nightly interest calculation? It's going to bring it down. Let's say you have all your bills going out of $8,000 the next day. Right? Okay? Next night, it read like you took that $8,000 out of the account. So your calculation is a little higher the next day. So it really depends on the money flowing in and out of your account. It calculates interest nightly. It's not like a credit card. It takes a 30-year term and backs it down to a nightly calculation. And it calculates your rate every night. At the end of the month, all of your interest that's calculated is going to be your payment. So on the 21st of the following month, all they do is withdraw that interest calculation as your mortgage payment. You do not make a mortgage payment in this product. All you're doing is working off your budget. Your money's coming into your account. You're paying your bills. Money's accumulating in there. And it's lowering your interest calculation. What happens when interest keeps coming down and it keeps leaving more and more money in there? What happens? Payment keeps coming down. Okay? So let me show you. Let me get you.
Like a bookkeeping nightmare.
No.
Is
Not
the
at
interest
all.
only you're paying?
Yes.
What about the principal?
Principal is what you leave in the account. Okay?
Well, you don't have any.
This is not the loan for you. There's the catch. Okay? This has to fit you. Right? It has to fit your financial situation. If you're a paycheck to paycheck person, if you have to have an FHA loan, if you don't have at least $2,000 left over in disposable income each month, usually we spend it. Like, oh yeah, let's go buy this or let's go. If you don't have more than $2,000 left over, this is probably not the loan for you. It'd make more sense doing a conventional or FHA or something like that. But if you do have that $2,000 or more left over, and you're good with not spending it, instead of putting it in a savings account, it's going to count towards your principal, but you'll still have access to it. That's what helps you pay it down, because as long as you leave money in the bank account each month and that money keeps growing, it takes less and less interest, creating more and more leftover, which increases. So if you take a $500,000 loan out today, when you reach payoff on this product, you'll have $500,000 in your account. You can choose to close it out and get your deed, or you can keep using that money over and over to buy investments or sit on it. Okay? So it's totally, we flip the mortgage on its head. All right? This came from Australia. This is the only way they do loans in Australia. The reason they shifted to this type of loan is they charge 50% tax on any interest earned on savings. So it makes 0 sense to save money in Australia in a savings account. So they're like, well, instead, let's create this mortgage with offset account, which is what they call it. So instead of having a savings account, I'm going to put my savings in here that doesn't earn interest, but it decreases my interest costs on my mortgage. So you're actually making more money or saving more money or putting more money in your pocket by doing this than earning interest on savings by putting it in a savings account. Okay? So just to kind of drive this point home, all right, this is going to be a bank ledger. Let's say it's a 30-day bank ledger. We did a $695,000 purchase. Let's say we put 20% down. Minimum down payment on this purchase loan is 10%. So you can get in as low as 10%. But let's say the $556,000 loan amount. This person's making $13,000 a month. Let's say they get paid on the 1st and the 15th. So we got that money to get deposited in the account. Then let's say their utilities come out. Let's say then we got, what's this one? Yeah, some expense. $1,800 car payments are coming out. So basically all their expenses are coming out. So like $13,000 income, $6,700 coming out. That leaves their balance at $6,300 left over in the account. This gets swept into the mortgage. All right, even though it gets swept into the mortgage each night for interest calculation, you can still spend it. It's available to spend. So now that's month one. You didn't make a payment this month because it was just calculating interest, which came out to $36.63. That would technically be your mortgage payment, which they're just going to draw out of your account the next month on the 21st. See the different calculations? These are daily calculations. Notice when we put another $6,500, it dropped your calculations down. Who has a mortgage payment that gets lower every month? Nobody. It's fixed. All right? So now we go month two, 21st. It pulls the money out, $36.63. Your new payment, you didn't do anything different. You paid your bills. You made your money. Interest is calculated based on this is a standard fixed 1st and 15th salaried person. Your new payment is $36.29. Your payment dropped by almost $40 just by doing your thing. And now you have almost $9,000 available. So your account keeps growing, your payment keeps dropping, all because your paychecks are coming into this account and your bills are coming out of it. You're not doing anything different. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. Are we there? You guys see how this is working with the bank account? Okay. We're going to go forward anyway. We don't have to go there. Okay. All you're seeing here, let's just say I set you up on a mortgage. You're not making a mortgage payment. All you have to do is just make sure your paycheck goes to the account and your bills come out every day. Okay, just put your mind there.
So is your payment gonna change every month?
Oh yeah, it's getting lower.
Every month?
But let's say you used $5,000 of this money. Your payment, your interest calculations are going to go up because that money's gone. This is all leftover money.
Is it never gonna get capped out, like it can't get any higher than what was originally quoted at the original part of the loan?
The rate,
Yes.
the rate is variable. Okay, the rate is not fixed. It's off of the SOFR index. All right, so every time they say they're cutting the rates, that's the rate they're cutting. That's the rate that drops. So he comes out and says, we're lowering the rate by a quarter this month. Next month, your actual rate drops by 0.25%.
But what about when it has to go up?
We're a long ways away from that, and I'll show you. I'll do some extreme numbers to show you it doesn't make that much difference because this loan, remember, I said, is not dependent on rate. It's not rate sensitive because we're paying it off faster. All right? So, again, if you're not good with money, this is not a good loan for you. Okay?
I'm good with money.
No, I'm not saying you're not, but I'm just saying people who are good with money, investing, stocks, anything like that, just having leftover money.
And have job security.
Yeah. And cool thing is, job security, let's say you're 6 years into this and you got $200,000 in that account. Let's say you lose your job or you want to You're like Mark, and you're like, shh, I'm gonna take a year off. These guys can do it without me for a year.
So what if you had, say, 2 months no income?
If you have money in this account, you can use it, you can live off of it.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
your question.
You don't have to make a mortgage payment, so as long as money's in there, you can keep living without a job, on vacation, whatever.
So when the balance goes to negative.
Then you got a problem. This has never happened. This loan has not been defaulted since 2008 when we brought it in. Okay, think about that. Has not been defaulted since 2008.
Oh, I bet I could do it.
Okay. We're back to the fine print, the catch. There are ways that they weed out people that would have end up in that position. Okay, it's just a conventional underwrite. It's same guidelines as a conventional loan, but you can't have over 43% debt to income. That's a cap. And the reserves, they want to see reserves. If you're under 40% DTI, they want to see 10% reserves. So if you're putting 10% down on a loan, okay, and let's go back to the $500,000 loan amount because it's easy, you need to show $50,000 in reserves, whether it's stocks, 401ks, cash, something that you can liquidate.
After you've done your 10%?
After you've closed the loan. Closing day, signed the papers, you paid your cash to close, there needs to be $50,000 left in other places that we calculate.
Got it.
So, how many people have that when they're buying a home and doing a $500,000 loan? Not a lot. So it weeds out a lot of people, but the ones who do, it makes sense for because they're investing and they have disposable income left over.
So
What if they just put that $50,000 down in the account?
That would be perfect. You know, unless it's in a higher interest bearing portfolio, generating a ton of money, I would leave it there. But if it's just sitting in savings accounts or whatnot, I'd put everything into this account, and I'll show you what it does when we get there. So let's jump into the simulation. And this is not, we're not going to put this in your Wells Fargo bank account. This is CMG Bank. We bought a whole big chain of banks on the East Coast. Debit card, ACH. It is a bank account. It's a checking account. Set up all your bill pay. Again, use your ATM card, whatever. You're just not going to walk into it unless you're traveling out there. All right?
So it's not a local bank?
No, definitely not.
And what bank is it, CMG?
CMG Bank. All right, so we're going to set this up as a primary. We're going to use the numbers from that ledger I showed you. So $695 purchase, 20% down, and we're going to compare it. You know, let's compare it to a 5.5% rate. Why not? They had 13,000. That's their monthly income. All right, we're going to come back to this one-time deposit. That's where we're going to put that $50,000 in a minute, but I want to show you this first. All right, taxes, insurance on that, you're probably looking at about, let's say $400. Let's go $450. Left over. All right, so this person has $2,730 left over. This includes the mortgage. All right, so remember they had about $6,700 in expenses, right? They had $13,000 in income. We put the taxes and insurance, mortgage is built in, gives them a $2,730 left over on day one, right? It's as long as this loan is done the way it's supposed to and the money comes in consistently, you're gonna have more left over each month, and that's how it pays it off faster. I'll show you in a second. Oh, stand by.
So this is principal residence only, John, or
Nope.
this is investor?
You can use it for purchase, you can use it for refi, it could be primary, investment, second home, any of those things. All right, here we go. Yeah, 12 years ain't bad.
Really, that loan gets paid off in 12 years?
12 years paid off means you're gonna have $556,000 in your account
That's
available
not
to use.
spendable?
Oh no, you could use it.
That's money.
Right. Let's say you don't have to wait to get to 556. Okay, and we'll show you this investment scenario too. Let's say I want to take every time I get to 200,000 in my account, I want to use $100,000 and go buy a condo or townhome for rental. If you do that, it's going to push your payoff time. But if that's your plan to keep using your house to invest, turning your house into your own personal bank, then this doesn't matter, right? I'll show you why.
So John?
Yeah.
Based on this scenario, what is the payment, the mortgage payment to start with?
Okay, your first payment, that was that, was it 36? Go back that one. So your very first payment, worst case scenario, is 36.63. That's an interest based on this one. So let me show you.
That's 20% down?
Yeah. So pay down summary. This is where it gets magic. Your effective APR is 3.0. All right. This loan today, your rate would be 7.5. Usually the APR is higher than the rate, right? Because it factors in the cost of the loan. How did we get to 3% in 12 years payoff? That's a massive decrease, right? APR is licensed to steal for lenders. Now, they said, we're back in the collapse. They said, nope, truth in lending, we're going to be transparent. APR has to be on everything. It shows you the exact cost of the money. The one thing that lenders will use to their advantage to sell you that 5.5 rate with 3 points is APR. Because the main calculation in APR is time. And if they tell you, it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to give you a 5.5 rate with a 6% APR. You're like, I don't know about that. It's like, well, so-and-so down the street's offering 6.25. That's higher than just our APR. It's, oh, you're right. Let's do that then. This is a good deal. Well, in that extra, they might have charged $30,000 in points to get you that 5.5. Over 30 years, if they never paid it off, their APR would be 6. If they paid that thing off in 12 years, that 5.5 rate would have an APR of like 18 or 19%, because that $30,000 never got used, right? So that's what I mean when I say it's smoke and mirrors now, is someone from Rocket, I could be like, here's your 6.25 with a 6.33 APR. No points. You don't want to pay points right now. Rocket's like, oh, that's terrible. I can give you 5.5. APR 6, but we're still better. They just took $30,000 from your client through the trash because they're going to refi within 2 years. Okay, so that's how, because we paid this off in 12 years, that's why that rate is at 3%. Let me show you something even better.
John, what is that breakdown average rate?
It depends, right? Because more money might be coming in some months, less money might be coming in some months. So it could vary as far as an effective APR at any given time, because they're still using that 7.5 rate for your nightly calculations. The fact that we got to 3 was just because we paid it off faster. And we paid it off faster without making extra payments. So let me show you this. This is even cooler. Here's your pay down table. So this shows you how much money's available. So this 8,355, that's available at month 5. Look over here. This was a 5.5 conventional. Look how much principal you paid at the end of month 5, $2,451. But this one, we have 8,355 in principal. Let's go down here. Let's see, let's get to 100,000. So we're a little over 3 years in and we have $100,000 available. and you've paid $25,000 towards principal on the 5.5 conventional rate. Who's signing up for that? Yeah. So again, the catches are reserves,
Which are, say again.
10% of the loan amount. Just figure it can be 15% of the loan amount if it's 43% DTI. So we try to get them under. They got plenty of money, it doesn't matter. Okay, but 10 to 15% reserves. That's a big one. All right. Then the other one is mindset. Either you are cost focused or you're rate focused. If I have someone that says I'm not getting rid of my 2.5% rate to save my life, put it on the mantle so everybody comes over. I can say, look at my 2.5 rate on this house. It's lovely, isn't it? That's what people do. But what they're doing is they're locking up all that equity, keeping them from being able to invest. Right? Someone's got a $300,000 loan, they got a 2.5 rate, they have $400,000 in equity. Good for you. You got a low payment, you got a great rate. But what are you going to do about that $400,000 that's not working for you at all?
So in that scenario, you would refi them
Yeah.
into this product?
I would strip that 2.5 rate right out, throw it in the trash. I'd give them that 7.5 rate, and they'd be smiling, and they'd have $400,000 in the bank.
Does your, what if your reserves are in like a brokerage account?
It's fine.
You don't have to.
You don't have to move them. You don't have to, it has to be liquidatable. You don't have to liquidate it. So that's pretty cool. So let's go back, because Mark mentioned that. Let's say they had that $50,000 sitting in the savings account that we used as reserve, but we didn't put down. Because I'm going to tell the person not to put 20% down. So let's put 10% down, and then let's use that extra money. We're going to put it right in the bank.
So you can use it later.
You can use it later.
So that's kind of comparing to a saving account, which you don't make much money,
Right.
an interest, and you make more money.
I'm going to save more money on my mortgage every month than I ever would have earned in interest.
Mm.
Okay. So let's go back to that.
This is regular conventional qualifying, correct?
Yes, regular conventional qualifying.
So even down payments,
Yep. 10% minimum.
10 minimum.
10% minimum. All right, so now let's say we had that $50,000 left over, and we're going to transfer it into the account as soon as it's ready, as soon as the account's all set up. That took almost 2 years off the payoff. So now we're down to 10.4.
What'd you do?
I put that $50,000 in the account that we were sitting on. So this isn't counting any additional income coming in. This is just a standard salaried person. 10 years, they'll have $556,000. And it's pretty realistic for their expenses and the leftover amount and all that stuff. So this is pretty much a prime example. All right. So again, they don't have to be people that want to invest. Just pay it off in 10 years. I'll sign up for that. But the magic comes in the investing. Okay.
But if you're taking the money out to use it for investment, then that number of years that you're paying off doesn't.
Yes, it'll go up. But at that point, you've turned your house into a bank account and you don't care about payoff because you're just using that money to keep building your portfolio. So let's go look at that. With that $50,000 in there, it drops your APR down to 2.44. That's sick. 10 years, 2.44. Nobody's getting a 2.44 ever again in their lives.
And that started out as a 7.
7.5. Yeah. And I'm not accounting for the rate drops. This simulation set at 7.5 for 10 years. So you mentioned rates go, they're going to go back up, right? They're going to go down to the bottom. We're going to start a cycle. They're going to stay there for a little bit, and then they'll start going up, and it's just a circle. Always is, right? Over 10 years, it's not going to get back up to 7.5. We're still going down. We'll probably spend the next 5 years getting down and staying down, and then it'll start going up. It's not going to get to 7.5 in 10 years. So that's a good example. So now let's spend the money. Let's say we had $100,000 in year 3. So I'm going to do, say we're ready to start spending money. Let's say month 42. Now, the reason I say $100,000 is at this point, because I've done multiple Realty One Group agents on this here in Vegas already. So once you get qualified for this and you get this loan, you don't want to have to do another loan. You don't want to have to show taxes, especially when you get in the investment world. So then we do DSCRs, right, Charlotte? DSCR, all I got to see is you have money in the bank, the home will rent for more than what the mortgage is, and that you have good credit.
What's the answer?
DSCR is a debt service coverage ratio. It's an investment loan just to buy homes without showing income. Because most of these investors have ridiculous taxes. They don't want to have to dig everything up. So they're more simple, and the rates are better than conventional right now. Okay? So I'm going to do let's say, for $350,000 condo. I'm going to throw $100,000 down on it. I owe $250. DSCR, get a 6% rate. Mortgage is lower than what I'm going to rent for, and I didn't have to show them anything. I had the money in the account, had my reserves, had good credit, and the rental analysis came back great.
So you can't do a second one of these loans?
You can. You could. You could. I would wait until you are keep hitting that 556 mark. You just can't bring it down. It just keeps paying down fast enough. At that point, I'd start a new one and start channeling funds in there.
So it doesn't have to be a primary residence?
No, you can do it as an investment or a second home or anything like that.
So how many?
They say 3, okay? They'll make an exception for more. What they don't want to see is you having millions of dollars of liquid available just sitting in accounts. That makes them edgy, right? So if you have a bunch of these investment ones and they're $300,000 or $400,000 and they're not all cash, all the cash is sitting in the accounts, they'll keep giving them to you. They'll keep making exceptions. They set that barrier to keep people from creating laundering accounts or funding accounts to do the wrong thing with their money. Okay?
This doesn't work for construction loans.
Actually, it's the best construction loan because it's set up. What happens in construction loans? You close and they put the money in the account and you're paying interest, right? On this one, they're going to put the money in the account, and let's say the first draw is $100,000, but you still have money coming in from life. All of a sudden, you're paying a lot less interest costs on this construction loan than you would a normal one. And this construction loan's at 7.5 as well. That's a good rate for a construction loan. So, all right, so we decided we're going to buy a home at month 42. We took $100,000 out. Calculate, roll. Okay, it added 3 years. You spent $100,000. You acquired another investment property. So now we have 2 homes in 13 years and $556,000 in the account. Okay, let's not stop there. Let's look at that pay down table. Let's find out where we can buy another house at. So let's say, okay, we did it right there. Let's say month 67. There's $150,000 in there at that point. All right, we're at 15.8. So in 15.8 years, I have $556,000 in my account. My home is paid off, and I have 2 properties that I've purchased. See how this can keep going? Your house. And what did you do? Nothing. You're still making the same money. You're still making the same expenses. What did we not do after we acquired 2 homes that we're probably making at least $500 a month off after all the costs are done? What did we not do? We did not increase our income. So this is a worst case type situation for that buyer or that borrower. 15.8 years, paid off. I have $500,000 in my account, and I have 2 properties that are freaking making money.
Okay, so why isn't everybody using this?
Reserves, mindset.
Well, I mean, investors have the reserve.
And how many of you have heard about this?
It's been around since 2008.
2008. Charlotte, how many times have you seen this? You still have questions, right? It takes multiple times to really lock this in, to understand it. Imagine how much it takes to be able to explain it.
How many of these have you done?
Wow.
6,
Six. All here or?
all here in Vegas. Oh, well, 1 in Utah. So here's an example. I had a client, it was my first lead getting into lending, right? So here's a lesson. First thing I did, first lead, I put all his information in my phone, and every time he called, I said, "Hey Steve, how you doing?" So he felt like I was his own, he was my only client. I knew his name, knew when he was calling, so he enjoyed it. I helped him get a loan in Hawaii on a vacation home. I didn't do the loan because I wasn't licensed there. And we went 4 years before finally he said, "Hey, I'm just about done building this house. I think we're ready to do a loan together." Because he was interested in this all-in-one. So he owns a big rebar company in California, built a $6 million home in Utah for himself, and he only had 1.2 left in liens to pay off. So what he wanted this for is he wanted to start building his own specs, luxury specs. So what we did, we gave him a $3 million all-in-one loan, all right? And we paid off that 1.2, so he had 1.8 to start with. What he can do now is if he sees a lot, he can go pay cash for that lot. He can start getting permits. He can start ordering materials. He can start getting things underway. And what did he never have to do? Never had to work with a bank. He's his own bank. Especially in the luxury world. It's tough, right? And he is not a builder who has a portfolio. He builds his own homes. He would never get funded on a normal construction loan as the builder. So now, let's go 18 months. He built that home for $1.8, $2 million, whatever. He sells it for $3.5 million. He gets to put all that money back in the account and go do more. And he doesn't have to wait to sell that one to start buying lots. So that leverage right there this guy's got an amazing life, but that just changed his life again. That was a great use. Other use is an investor that has multiple properties that are renting out. I suggest doing their primary residence first because that's usually going to be their largest line available because we can go up to 80% on a refi, all right, on a primary. So we're going to put, let's say they owe $200,000, we can give them $600,000, so we pay off that $200,000 loan and we put the other $400,000 in the account. So they have $400,000 available when they're ready for it. So now they still have all those rentals. They divert all rental income directly go into that account. And now that's helping pay it off faster too. So literally, your home is building a portfolio without any extra money out of your pocket. And you can just let it roll. How many of you guys have shown an investor a property that penciled out beautifully on paper? Made absolute perfect sense. Return was there, and the investor said, just not feeling this one. You sure? So yeah, I think I'm good. It's like, okay, hold on. Call up the agent. It's like, okay, I'll take it. Because you had $150,000 in your mortgage account, and you're going to do a DSCR. You had your reserves and your down payment sitting in one account, so you're good. You're solid. Things closed in 3 weeks. You wired the earnest money. We already got you approved. Done. It's that easy. You can't get wealthy selling real estate. It's a job at the end of the day. The only way you're going to get wealthy is owning it. So all we did was change our mindset. In this case, most of you guys were just refinancing a home, getting rid of that low rate, but giving you the leverage to go out and buy more homes, which will help pay off your home and lower your rate because you're paying it off faster and faster. Okay. First thing I did when I saw this product, I said, okay, so I got a lot of people that are paying cash for vacation homes. Let's say they put 20% down, and we close, and as soon as they close, they wire the rest of the money in the account. I go, are we allowed to do that? She says, that's not our ideal client. I'm like, cool. You didn't say no. So they can do that. So if you got a cash buyer, let them know they can still have access to that money if they do something like this. Because if they wire the rest of the money into that account, let's say they did that deal for $556, and as soon as they closed, they wired $556,000 into their account. Do they have a mortgage payment? No, not at all. Their only payment comes if they start using it and start getting nightly calculations. We used $100,000 and it was paid back in 3 years. That was great. So they could use a couple $100,000. They could move money around. They could play games. It gives them a lot of leverage. And ultimately, if you're not paying interest on your primary home, I question how they came about all that money to pay cash for in the first place. Because they should have the mindset to understand that they're leaving at least 4 or 5% on the table on their money by not having a mortgage. Let's say I give them a $400,000 mortgage, and they could take that $400,000 and put it in the market and making 9 or 10% on it. At the end of the day, the calculation on that $400,000 today, based on their tax brackets and all that stuff, it's about a 5.2 effective rate, considering the tax breaks. So if I get a 5.2 and they can make almost 10, they're leaving that 5% on that 400,000 on the table just to say I don't have a mortgage. So.
Say, what if home value drop half?
Hmm?
Say if home value just dropped 50% like away, so what happened with this one?
Man, that's never going to happen again, by the way.
Come,
Never.
already happened once.
But,
Once.
again, 2008,
Yeah.
nobody defaulted on these.
Okay.
Right? If that home value decreases, your loan amount's still up there.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
that doesn't decrease your loan amount or availability. That loan is set.
okay.
So
Because I done it with similar type of leasing HELOC.
Mhm.
And then when the home value dropped, they just closed my HELOC. So
Yeah, we won't close that.
Okay.
So this is set. Difference is, it sounds like a HELOC, but a HELOC isn't a bank account. Right? HELOCs usually end their draw periods after certain points. This one, no, it's just free flowing. Money in, money out. You can manipulate it however you want to manipulate it, get a strategy, but just on its most basic terms, on a basic borrower of salary, that makes a ton of sense. So at least 2,000 extra, it makes sense. Even if you don't want to invest, it'll pay it off faster.
You are investing.
Yeah, investing back in your own house.
Yeah.
And the great thing, and again, we're not investing, we get 6 years into this, and everybody loses their jobs and can't find a job for a year or two, you're fine. Now they're pulling interest out, and you're living off of what's in the account, but you can get back on your feet and get going again without any damage because you had plenty of money in the account.
Is this available in all states?
All states.
Okay. And how many are you licensed in?
Texas, Florida, Indiana, Arizona, California, Nevada, Utah, and if it makes sense, we can add to that. So,
Can it be qualified just like a DSCR?
no, because DSCR doesn't look at income. This one does because it's just a normal conventional guideline. So we follow everything that the conventional guideline says. All right. Questions? Mind blowing?
Yeah.
The only catches are it weeds out people. 43 is the max. You want to be under 40 though, so we can keep the reserves down to 10%.
Do you consider crypto account?
Yes, as reserves. Yep. All right.
Very interesting. Yes, very interesting.
And if you have people you feel like this will work for, let's either meet in person, jump on a Zoom, but be there every time because you need to see this multiple times. Charlotte, are you getting a better understanding the more you see it? Yeah. It takes time. So, all right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was awesome. Let's see if we can bring him some of those. All right, thank you all. Remember, no matter how you slice it, greatness is a choice. Do you have something?
Yes, the NVR is putting on a summit here on April 22nd. It's
22nd.
Wednesday from, I don't know, it's like 8 to 4. Breakfast, lunch, happy hour, 6 hours of CE, and it's $50. So it's called
Where is it?
at the Ware discount. I think it's War discount.
Kind of looks like whore.
It does look like Wore, but I think it's WORE. It's a really cool venue, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
it's
is.
an amazing venue.
I've heard great things about it.
Tons and tons of speakers coming in for the day, but for $50 you get 6 hours of CE, breakfast, lunch, happy hour afterwards. But you can go on to Nevada Realtor site and register there.
What day is that?
It's
22nd.
Wednesday, April 22nd. It's called Envision.
The day before we leave for
NVISION.
vacation, I won't have time.
Me either.
We'll be busy packing.
It's here in the Southwest.
And smiling.